Naughty, naughty. Hi, this is Becker Wozette, and welcome once again to the Cubic Chunks. Episode 5, I think. This is the bane of my existence, the ArchitectureCraft table. Number of times I've been using it, it works fine. So what's the problem? Wouldn't someone really like to know what the problem is? I know I would. So what is the problem? This is so complicated. Okay, I have to keep resetting my map because of a crash. Now, I told you about the crash when this gets placed. Well, there are also now crashes whenever I'm placing arches and a few other types when there's sandstone next to it. The sandstone, there was one right there. That sandstone has been removed because it caused a crash. I removed it so I could place this. There was no problem. But there are still sandstone issues. And I thought I broke that. I'm gonna break that. I'll break that later. I'm also not in the perfect, most robust of health. This, I am amazed. Now look at what's behind this. There is sandstone behind this. And I placed this at the wrong place. It should have been here. Now if I place this here, it's going to crash. So I have to do this. And I'm going to do a bunch of other things. Like I'm going to do it this way. Let's see if it crashes now. The trick is it has to not be right up against that immediately. And it should be okay. So what I'll do, 2, 3... I haven't decided if we're going to have this go over that, but I think that would be pretty cool. That all taken? Okay. Yeah, I kind of like the looks of that. I don't know what we're going to do the other places. I still haven't worked out what we're going to do here. We're going to have some kind of railing, but it's not going to be here. It's going to be lower down. Whether we might have glass there, I don't know, because it's going to be 2 meters thick. So as glass might not be a good idea. It might be something else in mind. So what we're going to do is we're going to do this. And this. And you see how this fits perfectly. Right up to the edge of that. Then we can decide what to do over there. But I was just a few minutes ago, maybe about half an hour ago, I was doing this, and I tried putting these. I'm not going to do that. Right there, and right here, and crash. Just like that, a crash. So what I'm going to do now, I had to restart the whole thing. That's what we're going to do, is we're going to restart the whole thing. Because it should be done that way. I'll make sure now... Oh, that's interesting. Hi, everybody. And this is where this would be a good idea. Here, I think. Okay, that's clear. That's clear, that's clear. And I know that the problem is sandstone because I saw the error with the crash. The crash was saying... And it's not ArchitectureCraft necessarily. It's Connected Textures. You place one of these, Connected Textures is trying to find some way to get it to work, and it won't. So here we go. Ah! I wonder if that's symptomatic of the problem. Let's try it this way. There. There we go. It works. It works, and now we know what is wrong. Besides the fact that everything else is wrong, like every time I'm trying to mess with the sandstone. But we now know that it's Connected Textures. Oh, and I was on Chisel's site. And there was a Chisel error, and they said the error which was the exact same error, a tessellation error. I don't know if it said sandstone. I should have looked more carefully. And you know what the problem was? They said, it's the wrong version of Chisel. It's not updated. Update Chisel now. Well, at the time that they said it, though, at the time that they said it for that guy's error, he was not updated to the latest Chisel. But I was. And it didn't work, and it crashed. And it just crashed now. And do you know what? I just updated Chisel to a later one than what they had addressed in the error report. Which means that problem is still a problem. And it's a problem with connected textures, not with Chisel. Yes, absolutely. So now that we know this, what are we going to do? Well, that's the problem, is I can't just make an error report, because they'll just say, well, if they're going to say that there's something that it's caused by not updating Chisel, it occurs to me they're probably going to just say that it's caused by cubic chunks. Now, I'm not saying it couldn't be cubic chunks. What I'm saying is, it doesn't say cubic chunks. It says connected textures. Does not accept ArchitectureCraft shapes. Or it doesn't say that, but you could tell that because you're trying to put an ArchitectureCraft thing up against this stuff. Yeah, okay, so before I start on the other side, which has already been worked on, but like I said, what are we going to do with this area? Well, let's see. We got 1, 2, 3, but then there's a space. So, probably... Oh, wait a minute, though. That's that. Yeah, well, you know, we can just have one extra one. It wouldn't matter that much. And by the way, given the amount of times I've had problems with ArchitectureCraft and Chisel at the same time, I have considered getting rid of this. Oops, wrong one. I have considered getting rid of one of these, even though I don't know which one it should be. Oh, how am I going to get that down? Scaffolding. 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 Aha. Okay, let's see here. Now, I don't want to take chances. Sandstone may not be sand, but it is sandstone. Best way to put it. No. Put it there. Okay, we have what should theoretically work without crashing. So the fault has to lie with connected textures and not with anything else. Unless it's ArchitectureCraft is calling something incorrectly that causes that's causing connected textures to not recognize it properly, and it's not their fault. That too is a problem. Nobody wants to follow the standards everybody else sets. Yeah, of course I still need to do those stone slabs, so I'll be doing that off camera. Why did I say I was going to do it off camera? What kind of idiot am I? I'm doing it right now. Look at this. Look at how easy this is. Ta-da! Oh, wait a minute, though. I saw a red X. There's a red X. Red X, red X, red X, red X. Where there beeth the red X, there is also a really annoying situation. Okay, I think that looks good for the top, but then you're going to say, what are we going to do beneath that? Oh, you'll notice you see these little red dots here? These red dots are parts of red X's that are underneath the ArchitectureCraft items or objects. This is very interesting, but there's also some slabs that have it underneath. Also going to take care of this in the same way. That not sure we want to do the one over here, though. And it would be nice if I could see the other side without having to walk over here. Yeah, oh yeah, that's one of those. Still a bit sick. Well, it's a start anyway. Okay, so we got this one. Nothing there. Nothing there. So this should be safe. And now let's see how safe it really is. Crossing fingers. And so you know that the problem is sandstone related. Because I've never shown you me trying to work on that while there is sandstone there. And there's a reason why. Because it crashes, that's why. Okay, how am I going to do this? Let's see. There we go. I would like access to those blocks, but then crumble, crumble. Now on this side we don't have the room to do another one there, so we just have room to do one here. And yes, there's good old sandstone behind it. Yes, sir, good old sandstone. Couldn't live without it. And that's the truth. Sandstone is a good thing. Despite what's been going on, that is to say, it is a problem. How are we doing over here? This is a mess up here, isn't it? That's because I'm not making this level. Gonna have a level up here. Can't do it right now because I gotta finish the first underground level. Don't know what happened to the torch I had placed up here. Gone. You think maybe an Enderman removed it? That's possible. Okay, so today we're working on this. Work on what we're planning on doing. I wanted to point a few things out. The most important thing to do, and I'm upset about having to do this on camera. There it is. Seeds, water bucket, and somewhere I've got a hoe. Don't remember where the hoe is. Maybe I have to make a hoe. And I'm going to put the object in question down here. In this room is where I'm going to put the seeds and the whole thing. So that's what we're going to dig out now. What's going on over there? Okay, so we're going to just move this stuff off to the side because it just gets in the way. That gets in the way too. We've got to work out the exact size of this area. Now I've got the listing here. Let's see, 10, 15, 18. So it's 18 by 18 if this is to be believed. And I don't really believe it looking at this piece of paper that shows it's 18 by 18. So what? One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then this. Oh, but that doesn't work. No, it does work. So we just got to go 8 beyond that. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go. Perfect. Or, well, whatever we got that's close to perfect anyway. And then we got to go 8 beyond this. So that's 1. And here is where you at home can join in. 6, 7, and 80 are meaty. Right. And then we gotta go 16 in that direction. We're at 1 now. And I also have to decide where the ceiling of this thing is. That's also a problem. And so we'll be right back when we've done all that stuff. Not that we have to. Yeah, I've been a little busy lately, of course. With the dark times, next season is getting started pretty soon. And we've got serious problems I had to deal with, and I'm still dealing with them. And I started watching other shows. I started watching some classic TV shows, and there's one that really... I haven't watched it in a long time. It was MASH. I watched this show a lot as a kid, and as an adult I even watched it a lot for a while there, because as I got older I understood some of the jokes better. There were new jokes I hadn't heard before. And so what happened was somebody uploaded MASH without the laugh track somehow, and I was astonished because it was like 10 times better. I was just blown away by how good it was, and I even got to hear the jokes that I'd missed the first time. It was really great. But see, now I've been binge watching it, and it's really playing havoc with my having fun playing Minecraft and such like. Now, you really got to put your own personal existence, you've got to put it first. I mean, it sounds like a selfish thing to do, but you've got to rest, you've got to keep things going. I mean, all kinds of problems that oh, look at that. I'll get you later. Not doing well. Well. Yeah, I don't. But yeah, MASH really meant a lot to me, and I was really surprised I didn't remember half of it. I mean, I'd seen that show so often that to see it all over again. There was stuff that they must have not been showing on TV in the last 20 years that they put on these versions of it. Now, the version without the laugh track, I believe, was being aired in other countries. And the US version has to have the laugh track, like there's like a rule that says they have to. It's really strange. And I mean, the first time you see Radar clutching a comic book, and you're like, oh, what comic book is that? And I kept thinking it was an issue of Avengers. See, there's this thing where Radar sometimes is carrying a comic from the 70s or even the 60s, and it's like Avengers or Spider-Man or something, and you look at it, you're like, he couldn't have had this comic. Yeah, it was really crazy stuff. With the Dark Times was really, really well, but there was some problems with transitioning people to the new server. And we're going to upload the new server and start the season pretty soon, actually, I should think. Only reason we haven't done so yet is we're trying to work out a schedule, and I have to wait for the map to come back from Mind of Mike, because he's going to fix a couple of things that he was... yeah, let's see. 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's a little better. Alright. I wanted to talk about a few other things. Bartex, for example, has been missing. He hasn't been on the Discord in a few days. A couple weeks now, isn't it? And it was about the same time I started doing the episodes of this, which meant that I never heard him say that he approved or disapproved of my doing this. I think he might have disapproved. Oh, we've run out. This has gone pretty well. I'll have this entire double layer up. And, well, with this as an exception. And then we can work on all this. Okay, so what I got here... Well, I got cactus, and that's annoying. Where do I put the cactus? Oh, wait, you idiot. Cactus where you don't need it. Yes. Gold. But it's only 2 gold, and I need more gold than that. So I'll be probably just putting it with these. Okay. These are encroaching quite nicely. I'll have to get a bigger space for that. Okay, now next we put these away. We now have those are taking up. Once these go all the way across, or more than halfway across, once they get into a 5th column, then it's time to try and get a new one of these for them. I'm going to be making entire rooms just for these, It'll be just like last season of Terrain of Terror. Okay, what else we got? Oh, andesite. I gotta put andesite away. And that's it. Now, of course, I'm running low on these. So... trying different things here. 1, 2, and 3, and that just leaves me with 7, and some of these are needed for these. And that just leaves me with 4 coal, so I'm going to have to get some charcoal. And there's just no getting around it. I also need some more sticks, and I can't get around that either. Okay, what are we up to here? Bloop, 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 bloop. We're up to 983. And for this, we can just look at it by doing this. 403 dirt. There we go, excellent. So now what? Well, I'm going to need a bunch more stone slabs because I'm going to make the roof of that other room. Actually, you know what I want to do with that roof? I want to do that roof differently. I'll do the roof like this. Alright. That's what I want to do the roof out of. Yeah, that's good, that's good. That can stay like that. I'll just leave these off to the side and use them as the need for them arises, which will be eventually, of course. Also going to take care of some of the middles of these things and start doing stairs and stuff, but... Well, what I'd like to do is I'd like to do stairs here. The stairs here will go down, and then we'll go down and they turn left into the exact same room that I've already been digging out. And why not? Now the problem here is we can't just say, okay, let's take up this entire level and just do that. I mean, we're at 115, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wait, 6, 7, 8, 9. And so it would be the layer above that. And we don't need to do the layer above this one. Not right now, anyway. Working on that. So it's back to work for me. Oh, but I wanted to... What did I want to do? I wanted to do something. I wanted to see how this was going on outside. Oh, it's nighttime. I wanted to double check this. Oh yeah, look at it. We got all these, and that's open. Gotta have one here. Have one there. Yeah. Okay. Now I wanted, since it's nighttime, I'm not going to be able to do this, but I want to look, in a future episode, I want to look down that way towards the other end. Down that pathway, dig the rest of that out, and make that tunnel finished off, and see if I can clear up on that side of it, and I have no idea. Haven't had a blood moon, so... Yep, still there. As to whether we're going to go on any more trips by boat, that's going to depend on an entirely different and semi-related thing to be taken care of in a future episode. But I've got more places we could go by boat, and I'm considering it. There is a reason I haven't gone yet, though, but I have to discuss that later. Ah, sweet, sweet coal, which means I won't have to spend all that time up there on useless projects. Yes, sir. Oh, that's not the best. Actually, now that I think of it, since we're going to be replacing those anyway. There we go. There's really no point in using the stone slabs instead of the cobble slabs. The cobble slabs are functional, and we're not making the next floor anyway. When we do make the next floor, then we can get rid of these. Something like that. Yeah, well, we'll be working on this some more off camera, of course, and we'll show you the results next episode. And then we'll see if we can get some time over to doing some exploration. And now it's time for mail. Day breaks. Your mind aches. It's time for mail. Oops. Don't do that. Hi, Becker. Was that? Do you ever make up any comments for your videos? Bye. I'm a fake. Okay, Ms. Fake, I've got something to say to you. It's nice to get one of our more female viewers, although the gender doesn't really matter. You know, you'd be whatever you're going to be. It could be gender something else other than male and female. I heard It is coming out to the theater, and so I guess the clown doesn't have any sex. Anyway, to address your question, no, we don't get any fake letters. Any messages, comments, any such thing. Nope, never. Never get any. We never get any. I mean, I look at the comments and they're all real. I mean, who's gonna make up a fake comment? That's just silly. That is. I mean, silly. I tell you. It's no, not going to. So, remember, kids, you too can play Cubic Chugs, and you can even join us on the server. Well, I say us. Not really us. More sort of other people. I was on the server the other day, and there was nobody else on. There's a problem with joining it where it kind of times you out before you could do anything, and then you gotta set up, and then it still thinks you're on the server when you try to rejoin it, and then you keep timing out, you keep not getting back in there, and it takes about 10 minutes. But then you get back in and everything is perfectly fine, and so it's good, but you do have a lot to work with. And so with that, we'll see you next time, and hopefully we'll get to show you something, and maybe we can even move this. We got to move these refrigerators over here. Got to move. Well, we don't have a color TV. We have an oven. The guy had to move ovens too, and he just didn't talk about it. He said microwave ovens. Well, we don't have any microwave ovens. So we'll see you next time. Bye bye.